light where the lost souls seek, with whispers of hope and a guiding light. I'll search the dark, bring the truth to light. I'm a seeker of the unseen, bridging worlds where the heart has been. With every heartbeat, every tear, I'll find the way, I'll draw you near. Through the echoes of the past I tread, unlocking stories of the words unsaid. With every vision I'll stand my ground. In the name of love, the lost will be found. I'm a seeker of the unseen, bridging worlds where the heart has been. With every heartbeat, every tear, I'll find the way, I'll draw you near. Hope is fading, I won't let go. I'll be your compass, your guiding glow. Together we'll break through the darkest night. For every lost soul, I'll bring back the light. I'm a seeker of the unseen, bridging worlds where the heart has been. With every heartbeat, every tear, I'll find a way, I'll draw you near. I'm a seeker of the unseen, I'm bridging worlds where the heart has been, where the heart. With every heartbeat, every tear, I'll find the way, I'll draw you near. Draw you near. Through the echoes of the past I tread, unlocking stories of the words unsaid. With every vision I'll stand my ground. In the name of love, the lost will be found. Through the echoes of the past I tread, unlocking stories of the words unsaid. With every vision I'll stand my ground. In the name of love, the lost will be found. Through the echoes of the past I tread, unlocking stories of the words unsaid. With every vision I'll stand my ground. In the name of love, the lost will be found. My hope and hope is fading, I won't let go. I'll be your compass, your guiding glow. Together we'll break through the darkest night. For every lost soul, I'll bring back the light. When hope is fading, I won't let go. I'll be your compass, your guiding glow. Together we'll break through the darkest night. For every lost soul, I'll bring back the light. In the shadows where the silence speaks, I walk the line where the lost souls seek. With whispers of hope and a guiding light, I'll search the dark, bring the truth to light. I'm a seeker of the unseen, bridging worlds where the heart has been. With every heartbeat, every tear, I'll find the way, I'll draw you.
Whispers float in empty halls, footsteps echo down the walls. Shadows break where secrets lie. Every echo holds a hidden sign. Blow the trace along the crime, a hush that haunts the night, a fear that lives in light. Unravel lines of twisted lies. In the dark, the story waits unseen.
And here we go.
There I am. Hold on. I gotta fix this because I forgot to fix this part. Hey guys. I gotta put our chat on the screen. Hold on. I forgot to do this part. Back. There we go. Yes, the REM pod's been going off all day. What are you doing? Why is it? Hold on one second. Hey, Trista. I gotta fix this. That one's kind of different, huh? Hey, my son. That's the only way I get to talk to him because he never talks to me anymore. Okay. Okay, Ezekiel, can you guys hear me okay? Because my mic's all jacked because Starlight took my mic thing off, and I'm getting another one, but it won't be here till next week. So I don't know if you guys can hear me okay. Ooh, you still have Casper as your picture. My REM pod's been going off all day since like, what time is it? Like 5 or 6 this morning. So it's been going off over 12 hours. Surprised I haven't killed the battery yet. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Okay. Do I sound okay? Because it doesn't have the cover. Okay. I wasn't sure how it would work without the cover on it. Starlight pulled it off and Kai chewed it up. Okay. So I have to work tonight, so hopefully people want readings. Otherwise I'm gonna have to go to TikTok. I don't want to go to TikTok. Hold on. Okay, good. My eyes feel like I want to go to sleep. This sucks. Probably because my Astro song made me cry. I gotta find it. So I'm still doing that 2 for 25, but I'm gonna do those inbox only. Because I don't know if I have the energy to do 2 questions per person tonight. Okay, it does. Oh, it looks probably stupid, huh? There we go. They changed this whole thing on this Restream thing for some reason. Dude, I didn't know I had that on there. I should have left that. That one should have been the one that's showing all the time. Okay, now I know how to change it. You guys hear the REM pod? That's what it's been doing all day. Okay. So tonight, well, actually, it's taken me a while to listen to it. They offered me to do it like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago when I was going through my exhaustion period for this Astro song thing. And I got it for free so I could try it out to see if I would do this kind of like an affiliate thing. But let me tell you, I cried. I don't even know why. If you guys wanted to hear it, I could play it for you. It's based off your birth chart. Pretty cool. You can decide like how many verses you want. They gave me a 5-minute song. So it's pretty cool. If you use my name, you can get 10% off. So that'll help me out right now. So honestly, guys, like I said, I don't want to have to go back to I don't want to have to go to TikTok tonight, but I might have to. But I'm still offering the 2 for 25, and I did put a 10-minute mini reading on my website. So I think the last lady answered maybe 4 or 5 questions in the 10 minutes that she did it. So, and since my schedule's open, you can basically do it same day. So because right now I'm looking for jobs. I'm trying to see if I'm gonna have to do something else, and if I get another job, I won't be doing this for a while. That's where I'm at right now. So any ideas that anybody has on things I can offer so I can continue doing this would be helpful. So yeah, it is very fitting. But I wasn't sure if while we were waiting for people to come on, if I should play it so people could see what it sounds like. I had to record myself doing it because that's so they could see my reaction. At least I didn't like bawl like a crazy person. I'm kind of tired. I've been working some astrology today for Nancy, just like digging a little bit deeper into it. Between that and answering questions, I didn't get anything else done. I have a whole astrology video I want to make for location for her, and I just didn't get to do it. So, but if you guys want, man, my coffee's hot. If you guys want to hear it, you want an example of it, I could play it. That's basically it. I'm just gonna offer the regular intuitive guidance tonight, as always. Because I've tried to think of other things, and I don't have any ideas. So, besides those readings, I do have animal guides offerings, child soul echo offerings. Those are all in the PayHip store. Someone was asking about that the other day, so those are in the PayHip store. They're pretty in depth, specifically the animal guide ones. Yeah, I wouldn't do a mediumship tonight anyways. I just don't have the energy for it. But people can get a mini mediumship if they do the $50 one. That's why I put a 10-minute one. Now it isn't as in depth as the regular readings. It would be like a couple of validations and then just message. So that's why I offered the mini one, so that people could try it. It's not a pet reading, no. So your animal guides are like guides, but in animal form. And we have many of them. Some are guides, some are totems. I basically tell you the ones that step forward, what they mean, how they work with you. And sometimes if depending on which one you order, there's different tiers. I'll do an image of how I see you and all the animals around you. So animal readings. So the mediumship I do on pets. I can do pet readings, mediumship, but I cannot do. I'm not an animal communicator. I would love to be. Always wanted to do that. I had one point signed up for classes and never did it. So, yeah. The Soul Echo is really interesting. Those are new. I even did it for my own son. I started seeing kind of like what their starseed lineage is and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. Trista can tell you about these because she got both of them. So other than that, I'm trying to come up with ideas so I can continue this work, but you know, it's just like having your own business. When business ain't going, then like unfortunately, YouTube, that whole week off, you guys don't even know how much the algorithm screwed me and how much I went down, and it's insane. That's not why I do this work, but I do have to survive. So I've been looking into other options. I'll see if I can get a DoorDash job. I live in the middle of nowhere. So that's another thing. And the thing is, if I start doing like a regular full-time job, I won't be able to do this. But I was trying to look for something part-time. Yeah, you can do children all the way from, a baby to they're an adult. I still did mine even though he was an adult. So with Trista's, we did a little more in depth. We kind of tied hers into astrology. She did something a little different for hers. Because she won the raffle. So, and I would offer another raffle, but people don't really buy the raffle tickets. I owe somebody a reading, and I've messaged. I don't know if that was you, Michelle. Messaged, I think. If that was you, you can get your get half of a reading for free or whatever, 20 minutes. But I don't know if that was you or not. I can't remember. So but I'm trying to think of other things I can offer. I have no idea right now. No idea. I know things are hard for everybody. So yeah, so I mean, I still owe you that. I can't do it like tomorrow, but I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to add the 20-minute to, like, if you got like a 10-minute one, you can add your 20-minute. Yeah, I think I messaged you back to schedule. So you can get your 20 minutes free, and if you wanted to add the 10, you could do that too. So you'll get like 30 minutes. So if you want to do that, I mean, I think Friday schedule's open, but it starts at like 7. But the mini readings are literally Tuesday. You can schedule them Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday because they're only 10 minutes. So those are open just about every day. It's the longer ones that are only open Wednesdays and Fridays. It's okay. I'm just letting you know, like, you can message me whenever you want, you want your reading or whatever. So, so that's what I was trying to explain is, like, a lot of the true crime readings that I do, I spend a lot of hours on them and stuff, and it's not, with that whole week off, it really screwed me, so now I'm really behind, especially with Neptune and his issues. And the air conditioner I had to get and all that, like, everything's just too much right now. So I've been trying to think. I don't know. I've tried to think of different merch that people would want. I did a whole thing of astrology shirts. And so I don't know. I'm stuck. I'm out of ideas, guys. Like, I usually have a lot of ideas. I'm completely out of ideas. No, so you go to the Linktree. Go to the Linktree if you want to schedule the mini read, you go to the Linktree and you just go to my schedule. Well, it's an AC that has the 2 and it works a lot better than the one I had. I don't have it. It's only been 80 outside, so it hasn't been 90, so I don't know how well it's going to work, but it works really good for it being 80 outside. A lot better than what I had. The other one would fight, like, it would, like, have a really hard time, like, if it got hot, like, it would start putting out warm air. But this one's different because it has 2 hoses. So where before it was fighting with 1 hose in and out, this has 2 hoses, so it doesn't have to push hard or anything like that. What do you mean chakra? There's nothing to really do on chakras. That's your own personal thing. Anybody can clear their chakras through meditation. I'm not a or Reiki, but you don't really need to. You can do that on your own. Hey, Kimmy. But that payment was due today, and so now they're adding on late fees. The Linktree is in the description box, girl. Let me see if I can get it for you real quick. And I did add the Astro song thing on there too. I thought I would kind of, yeah, for now. We'll see how it works when it gets hotter. But I got it on credit, so now I have to pay that. And then Neptune's appointment was on credit. So, well, half credit. Sezzle. So, you make the initial payment and then they charge the rest. So, yeah. And tomorrow is due for pet things and stuff. So I was just like, man, I'm exhausted because I've been answering email questions. I'm still doing the email questions. So if you guys want email questions, you can do them through the email. There's still 2 for $25 if you want those. I'm only a few behind. I'm getting through them pretty fast, honestly. So yes, please, what, Oli baby girl. See the REM pod? It's been doing this all day. I don't know. I guess they know what's going on with me. I don't know. They've been going off since like 6 this morning. Um, yeah. So hey, stop, Kai. Don't bark. There's no reason to bark. But if you guys have any ideas of what I can offer, if I can physically offer them, I will. I still owe people things from. I still owe Trista something. Shit, I still owe Heather something, but because I have to focus so much on everything else right now. So, but I'd like to get to a point where I can do that for them, and at the same time, I'm still trying to paint the room in there and stuff. Yeah, I know that's the REM pod. It's been doing that all day. That's what I'm saying. The REM pod has been doing that since 6 this morning. I'm surprised the battery isn't dead. Or are you talking about the EMF? I saw it flash once. But yeah, no, the REM pods. That's the REM pod. Do you guys want to hear the song and just see what it's like? It's built off my birth chart. I think it's pretty cool. They basically go through your birth chart. I'll read you what the email says. The email's pretty cool. I'm gonna read it from here. My brain hurts. What the problem was is I killed myself on Nancy's case, and then I burned out, and I was on the couch for a week. That's the problem with this work. It drains the hell out of you. Okay, dear Rochelle, there's something about you that others sense but can't quite name. A depth that runs like underground rivers, emotions that move in frequencies most people can't hear. You carry yourself with an Aquarian lightness, yet beneath that innovative spirit lives a intensity that transforms everything it touches. I wish. Your chart has been holding secrets about the way you love with such careful devotion, how you seek balance, even when the world feels tilted, and why your heart sometimes feels like it carries the weight of everyone else's unspoken needs. There's a story written in your stars about someone who feels deeply in a world that is often feels too shallow, who gives too much of herself, and that she sometimes forgets to ask what she needs in return. The Astro song that's been waiting in your birth chart speaks to the constellation of complexity you carry, that beautiful tension between your need for harmony, and the fierce protectiveness that emerges when something matters. It knows about the way you've learned to love, with walls built stone by stone, and how underneath that careful approach lives a fire that burns for something more profound than surface connection. This isn't just melody and words, it's the translation of your moon conjunct Mars in Libra, your Venus square Saturn, and the way your 8th house placements give you access to emotional depths others can only imagine. Every line reflects the truth and your chart has carried since birth. And then it says your private reveal page is ready, a quiet space where you can meet what's been written in your stars all along. This moment of discovery happens only once, when the song that's lived in your cosmic blueprint finally finds a voice. And then so that's and then it tells you like how to listen to it or whatever, which I already did. Just you're supposed to listen to it quietly. So that's something that you get with a song. They send you like a little note with it. Hey. Yeah, I know the REM pod's been going off since 6 this morning. Bear. Hey, Caroline. Yeah, and the song that they gave me was 5 verses, so it was 5 minutes long. It said it was like 3 verses, but it was 5 minutes long. And the chorus totally aligns because I always tell you guys how I walk in light and shadow, and that's basically what the freaking chorus said. Nope, it's been doing that since, like I said, 6 this morning. All day. It's been doing this all day. You should have seen when I was working on Nancy's astrology. The thing was going freaking crazy. And yeah, it was going nuts. And it started going off again when I was looking at Amy's map. It had stopped for a little bit, and then when I pulled it up, it started going off again. So yeah, I have no idea. They just mess around with it. If you guys ever hear, like, when you hear the EVPs and stuff that you'll hear that it's a lot of the same spirits. I think that's interesting. A lot of the same voices. No, it'll take a break for like 2 days and then it'll come back on. Last time it didn't take a break that long. They killed my batteries. I got new batteries, and so then I put them in. It went one day, and then it did this. Started this morning. But they know that I've been struggling, so I think that's what they're up to. I think that's why they're coming on more often or something. I don't know. But the thing is, when mine goes off, it goes off all day. And I think, like, if I had one of those different REM pods that screamed, it wouldn't do that. But because it's like music, they enjoy it. I don't know. They like to. And I thought it would be dead by the time that we came on here, but it's not. So the batteries must be better than the other batteries I got. You guys notice the EMS going off at the same time. Eli, are you still here? He's just slowly trolling. I think so. I think that's what it's about. Because if you guys listen to like I always say, my EVPs are very different than other. I don't know if you've ever watched like other psychics that do them, or tarot readers or whatever, when they do the EVPs. Just mine are more like personal, if that makes sense. Like the way that they respond to me is more personal. And they always say like, "We loves ya," and certain little things, like they'll reply to what I'm doing. Like when I was falling asleep, they're like, "Close your eyes," because I was falling asleep. And then when I woke up, they got all excited. Like, I don't know. It's just interesting because they respond to me very intelligently and with a lot of love and care, and just more like personally than I've seen on with others, if that makes sense. If I've seen with other EVPs. Because I had somebody saying that the EVPs were just gibberish, and I was like, mine aren't. Like, mine are super clear. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, he was in the chat. He said he wanted to know when I came live, so I told him. He's like, I'm waiting, and then he's at the very top of the chat. Eli, say something. He says he likes to hang out with you guys, so he wanted to know when I was going live. So yeah, he's in the chat. But I just like listening to my EVPs because they're so, like, I don't know, they intelligently respond and they reply and stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Eli, where'd you go? Everybody's asking. He's living with his girlfriend now, so She's blonde, just saying. Not natural blonde, but blonde, just saying. Of course, his last two were, but between that and the car accident, I predicted. Let's hope the other thing that I dreamed about does not come true for a very long time. I hope that they approve me for DoorDash, because that would help me. I'd have to go drive to they weren't offering it out here before because of where I live, but I think they offer it like in the surrounding areas. So I'd have to drive out to I could DoorDash at my mom's. I was always really kind of nervous doing that, honestly, but I don't know what else to do right now. I feel like I hustle all the time and don't get nowhere. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My EVPs are pretty clear and they're very intelligent. I mean, some of them are gibberish, but I usually clip out those ones that we can't understand. But I love how they reply. I leave in the personal things because I think it's super cool the way that they I don't know. I just love it. And I've seen other people do EVPs and they can't get a name. And how many times have they said couple specific names? I think I've counted 8 times that they've said tomato in different ways. Tommy, Tom, Tommaso. They've said it like a red Tom. They've said it different ways very clearly. And although I think they're talking about another person though that's like the lake. I don't think that belongs to Nancy. It doesn't match her chart. From my understanding of the chart, it doesn't match all the lakes are long distance. There's no long distance indicator. With that stellium in the 3rd house, it would be community. I don't know. It's just not coming across that way. And I'm not seeing her that way. If you guys know, usually if somebody's in water, I can see they're in water. That's always been something I've been able to see. Or if it's like woods or lake or river, I can see it. I haven't seen any of that with Nancy. I just see dark. And it's pissing me off because I can't see anything else but that. And that has to do with the Neptune in her chart. There's a Neptune at 0 degrees and it's really screwing me up. I think that's why there's so much confusion and stuff, and why all the psychic mediums are getting all different things, because it's her chart is built that way. It's wild. I've been kind of diving a little bit deeper into the astrology, going into my books and stuff, asking questions, trying to understand. So I had started to do that today, and I got tired from going over the astrology and answering questions, and I was like, oh man, everybody's got to eat tomorrow. I got to do it live. Michelle, are you still in here? Okay, I was gonna say, you don't need to tell me all this, so we'll talk about what you want before your reading. I don't know. Are you the one that I owe for the raffle? Was it you or no? Because I can't remember. I know it was. What happened? That was weird. My camera just shut off. I know you did. I'm looking at it, but if whatever you scheduled, like I said, we can do it with the mini if you want to, and just make it 30 minutes, or you can do it separate. That's totally up to you. For a mini reading though, you can't bring in a bunch of people. You can only bring in one, because otherwise it gets all crazy. It doesn't mean others won't show up, but I focus on one for that. As you guys know, I direct dial. So when I direct dial, I can't bring in a bunch of people at once, if that makes sense. I got to bring in one person. Others can pop in, but that's the way that I work. and we do it through, so the mini readings are only chat, because it's too much to go, and I haven't been offering videos, but if you wanted to do that for your 30-minute, you could. Just know that I channel a lot faster and deeper through chat. So while you think it might take a lot, it doesn't take a lot for me. You can usually do voice, but literally my Mercury's in Aquarius, I do best chatting. Like, I can download faster. That's why I like auto rates, if that makes sense. I just no, I answered your question. You need to check your email because I'm pretty sure I answered your question. Hold on. Let me make sure, because I think there's a Michelle that I owe that I'd have to look at my notes and see. Yeah, you won. See, it says, "Hey Michelle, you were the first winner." You won a reading, blah, 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 blah. 20 minutes, your choice. Let me know when you schedule. You said, "Thank you. Just let me know when you're available." And then I messaged you back. Let me know when a good day is. Like, I can't do Friday, Saturday, or Sunday this week, or the 17th, 24th, or 26th, Wednesday, or Friday. I think that was like in March. And then so I couldn't do one, if depending on the schedule, like I couldn't do Wednesday and Friday, because that's, unless people aren't scheduled, then I can. No, it's yours, because I'm. Oh wait, maybe, are you under Michelle Goodrich? No, wait, just kidding. That's Michelle Goodrich. It came up under yours. I lied. She hasn't got back to me. So, no, maybe it's not you. You guys, that's why I get confused, because you're two Michelles. You both have messaged me a lot, so I get confused. It's Michelle Goodrich. It's not you. Sorry. So no, we would do your. I'm seeing, dude. I can't keep shit straight either, and I'm not senile, but so whatever you scheduled for, we'll do it through chat. It describes in the where you schedule that. It's mini readings or chat only, because it's too hard. It won't be 10 minutes if we do video. You know what I mean? Sometimes it takes me longer information, so it's just faster that way. No, it's not you. It's Michelle Goodrich. But you guys both message me around this like a lot, so I get you two confused, if that makes sense. You're very similar, so I just knew it was a Michelle. I didn't know which one. No, so we'll just do your mini then. But yeah, you only get one. You can only do one mini medium show. Like, I can't bring in a bunch of people. That doesn't mean that others won't come in, but you know what I mean. I appreciate you scheduling though. Yeah, you'll get information if you scheduled for. I don't know what day you scheduled for. I haven't looked. If you schedule for tomorrow, you'll get information in the morning. But yeah, we would do it on whatever you wanted to, Facebook or whatever. Okay. But yeah, it's all in the description box. I'm really surprised this thing hasn't died yet. Like, seriously. Those batteries are a lot better than the ones I had then. The ones I had were off Amazon, and they would die before 12 hours, more like 8 or 9. This has been going longer, so I'm guessing they're better. But they're mixed. Those are from Dollar General. I don't know. Well, whatever you scheduled for. Those are usually available 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, depending. So, did I do 6 or did I do 7? I think I left whatever. Let me see what you scheduled for. You're making my brain hurt. Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow at 7:30. So that's Pacific time. So whatever that is your time. So we go by 7:30 specific. You'll get stuff in the morning. Hey. Yeah. We haven't been here that long. But the last time somebody did, let me see, when somebody did an animal totem, she really liked hers, or animal guide. I'll tell you what her reply was. Is it this one? Okay, yeah, it was Leslie. She said, "Holy smokes, that was really incredible to read that. Now I can see why it takes a while." And then she asked about if it's normal I have that many. Yes, people have many animal guides. So many of them resonated with me. I never imagined, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how you do it, but your explanations of each animal is really descriptive, and I love the way you combine some of the animals together. And then I did like a whole picture for her. And how I see someone's energy is like either a goddess or a warrior or whatever. I put in the middle, and I surround them with their guides. It's pretty cool. But she said it was money well spent, so I'm glad to hear that. No, that was someone else. Thank you, sipping tea. Anyway, any way you can. Hello. Just to add an L and an E, it's Rochelle. Everybody always does the Rachel. I don't know why. What I was talking about sipping tea is I just I decided to do affiliate for Astro Astro song, and it's built off of your birth chart. So that's kind of cool. We were talking about that. But yeah, no, any way that you want to support, totally up to you. I have to feed the fur children tomorrow, so yeah. Yeah, and that's what they usually do is some will come and stay with you like yeah, but the 2 for 25 I'm only doing through email. I just can't do it tonight. But yeah, the special's still going on for the 2 for 25. You do the question. Those are email or inbox questions only for that. It'll be going till tomorrow. So usually, your animal guides come in as you need them, but some are with you from birth, some change as they go on. I can tell you that mine haven't really changed. I think that we added a mountain lion and we added I forget what they're called. They're like half zebra, half horse, but they're called I can't remember what they're called. And that was interesting. Come to me for what? What do you mean? Yeah, so I'm doing the 15 tonight, or you can do 2 for 25 through email or messenger. And then I've only got a couple more, and then I'm getting through them too pretty fast. So that's completely up to you. Is the REM pod driving you guys crazy yet? I really thought it would stop as soon as I came out. I thought they get shy. Sometimes they do. Sometimes it'll go until I come on here and then they stop. And it was weird because when I got the capuchin for you, it was like capuchin like it was like I don't even know what a capuchin is, but I was hearing capuchin monkey, so I thought that was funny. I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, for field trip, gatherings, classes, retreats. Yeah, I can't do all that right now, unfortunately. And I can't be going anywhere either because I have animals. So, you know, you guys would have to come here, and I don't know how we would do that. I don't know where we would do it at. I've thought about doing retreats and stuff, but it's not something that I don't think I can do right now because I don't think anybody's going to be wanting to get in airplanes and stuff. So it was a thought, but I don't think it's possible at this moment. I need things that I can offer from here. I just don't know what because I only have so many gifts. Neo, what's up, baby? Do you want to come on my chair? You want to come on my chair? Sitting in the middle of the floor staring at me. I've thought about it. I only really offer like cards for on lives when we do lives usually. I don't know if that's something that anybody would want privately. It's not on my website because usually I can just channel what you guys need. Okay. Freaking tired. I got a headache all of a sudden. I don't know. I'm like super tired today, probably because I did so much work and then I felt okay. And then I was like, I need to go paint the room. And I was like, I can't. I'll die. Hey, I'll do a remote retreat with you for that much. I'll carry you around with me all day. Send me $700 and I'll be your personal guide for like 2 days. All right. But yeah, no, I can't be doing the retreat. I don't even know how we would do it. I don't even think we'd have enough people to be able to make it worth anything for anybody, honestly. And people would have to come here. So, all right. What's your question, girl? But I need ideas for here that I can do here from here. Things that aren't gonna like drain me. Like I said, I've come up with merch. Like I think my shirts are great, but they don't sell. I mean, I don't know. I see JLR's shirts selling and I don't get it. So I guess I need a cult following. Rochelle, shut up. Don't take the bait. Yeah, I only have 1, 2. I'm only like 4 behind. I got down my list today. Wait. Oh, I answered hers actually. I only have 3. Yeah, you. You're the only one on the list. Yeah, but I don't think anybody else will. That's what I'm saying. I don't know where we would do it. I don't know how to plan those types of things. I don't even know what I could teach you or what we could do, honestly. And I don't know anybody else that would do it. And I couldn't stay with you guys because I have the animals. We've thought about how we could do it here, but I just don't think it's possible. I know. I think a lot of people do. I mean, not a lot of people. A lot of you guys do. I should say that. I don't know. People just don't seem to care whatever happened. Yeah, but I don't think I don't know what my rules would be for that. We've thought about it, maybe something in the future, but I don't think it's anything I can handle now. Um, so what's your question, girl? Yeah, there's no one else on the list. So nope, I live in the middle of nowhere. The only motel that they had here is being sold. I don't even think it's a motel anymore, and that was haunted. But I don't even think it's the closest one is there one in Benton? Maybe 30 minutes. That's what I'm saying. I don't, with the way things are right now, I don't think anybody would want to afford a plane ticket out here, pay for a hotel, and all that. And I don't even know what we could do. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's something that we've thought about, but I'm not even sure how to do it. I'd have to get help with it. Um, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think anybody else would want to do that, and I don't know what I can offer you guys. Like, I can't do readings for days. Like, I'm not sure what I could offer. I don't know what I would teach. I can answer questions. That's about it. Good evening. So whenever you're seeing triple digits, double digits, whatever specific numbers, it's how your guides are speaking to you. It's also a sign of awakening. It just means you're in alignment. I always tell people to look up Joanne Sacred. It's a website that talks about each angel number. You go and look up your angel number there, and you can see what it's being shown. But it's basically just means you're the right vibration alignment. It's just you know, you're evolving and you are to a vibrational point where you're able to see that and recognize it. And each of them have a different meaning. Thank you, CM. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's all the same. So it's again, it's just you're on the right vibration to see it, like you're in alignment. That's it. Your alignment, you're it's kind of like awakening, but it just means like you're in alignment. I see them constantly too. I always see my birthday, I always see my birth time. I always see different numbers like that. So they each have different meanings. You have to go look up what the meanings are. Numerology, Joanne Sacred, angel numbers. It has every single number and it tells you what the meanings are. I don't know what the meanings are for every single number. So it just means you're in alignment. Anybody that's in alignment on a spiritual path that's awake enough to see them sees them. But it's just signs from your guides. That's it. They're just called angel numbers. With your soul path, with your spirituality. Just where you're supposed to be in general. But you've just hit a point as far as, vibration, for you to be able to see it and recognize it. But just type in Google Joanne's Sacred Angel number and it'll tell you what each number means. No, I mean our loved ones can send us that, but it's usually from guides and angels. It's just the universe like telling you, yeah, you're in alignment. This is what your message is. Yeah, like for you to notice it, you have to be on a certain vibration and alignment. Otherwise, you don't notice it. No difference, kind of a sort of like an awakening, but it's basically just getting in alignment with your path. But each of them have a different meaning, so you have to go look up the meaning. No, it's okay. But you would get those regardless, if he was on the other side or not. It's just you're noticing it because it's kind of that whole situation has kind of awakened you, if that makes sense. because when we lose something we really love, or somebody we really love, it causes a whole nother awakening in us. I always say, like, I feel like people's gifts evolve and things once we lose somebody or something that we love very much. um it kind of, like, I feel like it cracks a little bit of your heart chakra open, and starts to awaken you in ways that maybe if you didn't go through that, you know what I mean? So a lot of times when people lose, they uh they turn to spirituality, and they start wanting to connect, and so therefore it opens them up more. So you know what I mean? Yeah, but the thing is I've offered classes and nobody takes them. So, and my classes are not short. If I'm going to teach the right way. I'm not going to teach forensic astrology. I'm not an astrologer. I'm learning myself. Pendulums, I don't really use because they don't work well with the air in my chart. Rods, I don't know. But I don't want to teach things that I don't know personally. And as far as cards, I don't read them the way that a lot of other people do. Anyways, I need to offer things that people actually get, because unfortunately, like, I had 4 people show up for class when I thought that it would be something that people would really want to do. So, and then now I don't have the energy for it. Well, like I was telling people, Kat, I have the mini reads now that I tried to make affordable. So those are on. I'm not doing mediumship tonight. I'm too tired. I'm exhausted. I didn't even get, like I said, the whole thing on Nancy has really drained me. And then I took time off, and now I'm trying to make it back up, and I'm exhausted. I can't. Mediumship is very exhausting for me. So, if you want to schedule, I have the mini schedules. Yeah, I definitely want. Yeah, not doing the classes. Those were just there for when I was doing them. They've already passed. I don't know if I'm going to be holding anymore, because no one. I had the same people, and then one person, she showed up to like 2 classes and didn't show up anymore. So I mean, that's on her if she didn't want to. But I mean, it takes a lot of time and energy to do them, and to have, like, just not make it worth it. Do you know what I mean? Like, have like 3 people go. That doesn't really make it worth my time and energy, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So it'd be different if I had a lot of people interested and it was worth it. I would totally do it. But yeah, it's explained on the website. It already has the dates on there, and they've already passed. I should probably go. I don't want to delete it because I could always change it, but yeah, I have a so if you go to my website and you just schedule there. So go to my Linktree and scroll down to the scheduling app. It'll say scheduling. Then you just scroll down to there and you schedule. So Wednesdays and Fridays you can do 20-minute, 30-minute, or 40-minute, but any other day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you can do the 10-minute ones depending on what's open. If there's already a 40-minute on Friday, I don't think you can. I think it depends, like, what time's left. So I do put a lot on myself. People don't realize it. I had someone tell me the other day, get a job, and I was like, what do you think I do? Do you not even realize how many hours I put into cases and driving and working on things? People have no idea. I'm working lots and lots of hours, but it's getting to where it's not worth it, unfortunately, for me. Be different if I could think of something that people really want. What's crazy is, like, I have the same, I have a lot of returning clients, but they can only get so many readings. And so I obviously need new clients. I didn't want to do a lot of private readings because it's hard for me to do crime. and to do private readings. Like, it takes a lot to do both, especially crime. So I was trying to push my YouTube up, right, to where I didn't have to do as many readings. So I didn't have to depend on anybody to buy anything. I didn't have to depend on any other support. Just YouTube strictly. That's all I wanted. And like, my Patreon is even crashing and burning because I can't think of anything to put on there. For two, I just haven't had time or energy to do it. And just like members, I have member things, but I haven't had. And I was thinking about just doing like a members live just to discuss whatever. But you know, what happened was, did really good during Nancy's, and then I crashed because I did too much energetically. Like, I just crashed and I couldn't like move for like a week. I was just so energetically burned out. I had to have a healing done. And those are people who understand how like draining it is, right? And then I'm not doing good anymore. It killed my algorithm. And I'm back where I was before that case. Not that that's why I do it, but I still have to survive, right, to do this work. That still is what I've dedicated 13 years of my life for. And I love it. But I'm constantly hustling and struggling. And it's like, I'll take 2 steps forward and 15 steps back. And so I thought for once Saturn got out of my second house, I'd be cool. Things would be better. But they were for a second. You know, it does. And so of course I muted that person. And then I had somebody else come on, and she always makes these long ass comments, and she'll always be nice, and then she'll backhand me, and then it's the weirdest comments. And she tried to say that somebody paid $15 and I only give them a timeline, which that would never happen. Maybe it was a $10 one, maybe it was a timeline one, which they know what they're getting with that. I'm like, usually my readings are really in depth, so I don't know what you're talking about. I just muted her because it's comment after comment of saying something and then complaining, if that makes sense. And I'm just like, I can't deal with you anymore. Like, I just cannot deal with you telling me how to do my work. Or you being nice and then turning around and like slapping me in the face. Remotely, of course. So I'm just like, I can't deal with you anymore in a controlling way, like trying to tell me like how to do certain things, or, oh, they felt bad that I didn't give them more information for 15. Anybody who watches my lives know that I'm always in depth in my readings, and I always spend way more time than anybody on TikTok does with anybody. People that have been here a long time will tell you that. No, because for one, it wasn't even true. Like, you can ask anybody that comes to the lives. They always get what they need, and I always ask them that. But, you know, it was always like a complaint, like, oh, I'd like to see you shuffle the cards. Oh, I'd like to see you do this. Oh, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I cannot deal with you anymore. That was the last straw for me today. I was just like, bye-bye. I cannot deal with you anymore. Thank you, Kara. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Yeah, no. But, and it was like, because I made it so that my YouTube holds comments now, because I had a lot of people that were pissing me off, and I see the comments and I get upset, and I was like, I can't deal with this. So I put them on strict, so it'll hold some of the comments with certain words in it, and it held her comment. So I was going through the comments, and I was trying to, because it was holding a lot that didn't need to be held. So I went through and I was trying to approve them, and you know, I came across hers today, and I was just like, all right, that's it. Kara, okay, Kara. Did I say Kara? Kara, thank you. There goes Hope wobbling with her fat booty. She wobbles when she walks. So yeah, it's like, I don't know. I can't deal with that shit. I mean, if you would have read the comment, you would have been like, what the heck? I was like, you're being all nice, and then you're backhanding me. Just made no sense. I was like, I don't need this personality. It's all good. I give her like 4 or 5 chances, and her comments were just kind of out of control. Usually I just block people right away or mute people right away when they act like that. Because I ain't trying to deal with that type of energy. You know what I mean? We try to make this a good community, and I definitely don't. Anybody knows, as much Aquarius as I have, I don't like being controlled or told what to do. It's different to like have opinions on like ways that like things that people want, like as far as like I understand people want certain cases. I kind of have to go where I'm led. But when it comes to like, things that I can offer people and stuff, I don't mind that. But it's different when you're like trying to control like how I do my work. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, that's the thing that was pissing people off at that. I started putting up boundaries. So I started putting up boundaries this last year and just really like not putting up with shit anymore, the shit that I used to. And I used to reply back, and then I stopped myself from doing that. 'Cause it's really hard. Sometimes I did, and then I delete it just to make myself feel better. But I started putting up boundaries, and people started being mad that I was putting up boundaries and calling it being mean or whatever. Just like, no, they're called boundaries. There's a difference between having boundaries and not having boundaries. And when you have a YouTube channel, when you do this kind of work, you have to put up a boundary. And people that don't vibrate on the same level as you or whatever, they usually take the boundary up the butt. So, hey. Exactly. You guys should have seen some of when I turned off the comments. I don't know how many of you guys were here when I literally turned off the comments for my channel. My YouTube was not moving at all. It was stuck. I was stuck. Everything was stuck. I don't know if you guys remember for like months. I was stuck. Nothing was moving. I mean, it was bad. It's worse than now. And I don't know how I even made it through, honestly. And I had to turn off the comments because I couldn't deal with people and the way that they were being. It was weird. It was like all of a sudden I got all these like trolls and assholes and all that like coming to my channel and trying to start shit. So I shut off the comments for a while. And because I'm fine if I don't see them, but I don't have anybody else checking them for me. And then it made the algorithm even worse, so I had to turn them back on. So then I just went and I figured out how to make them like stricter and put up more like trigger words so that they would block them. It's been doing pretty good. And actually, but it's crazy because a lot of the ones they're blocking, they don't need to block. That's how strict it is now. So there's probably still a lot of comments that haven't been approved because I haven't gotten through them all. Yeah, I almost quit about 16 times, Kat. It all kind of started with the whole air conditioning problems and the rabbit passing away and the cat getting sick and all that. And then there was a miracle with the cat, and then she, passed away a couple weeks ago. So, let me say it's been a rough, I think since like July, but really October. And usually my Octobers have been really good in my life, but not this last one. It was a horrible October. And from then on, it was just like, I don't know how I made it, honestly. The beginning of the year seemed promising, and then when I overwork, I crash. My body crashes. I have to have healings done, and then it sucks because on the way that they did something to the algorithm on YouTube, and like literally nothing. I was getting like 200 views. That's how bad it was. And I don't know anybody else that can live on that many views a month. It was bad. And because I mean, face it, we're influencers basically. It's considered a job now, but I've been doing this before it was a job. Yeah, it sucks, Kat. I don't know what happened. I just went in there and she was dying. And I can only think it had to do from when she was poisoned in October, because she was fine. She acted fine that day, and then when she went down, when I went in there and she was like dying, she was in this crate that I had in there for her, laying on her the same way she did when the toxic hit her, but there's nothing in there. My rabbit goes in there all the time and he's fine. So I know it's nothing, and the air conditioner is blocked off and everything, so it's not a toxin, but it acted the same way. Like, she was fine one minute and not the next. So the only thing I could think is either kidney, heart, embolism, something of that sort. That's like, it was like really fast, and I think it was left over from the toxin she went through where she almost died in the first place. I think that's what it was. And I was supposed to go get her blood work done, and I totally spaced it. I spaced it. So, and they usually remind me at the vet, but they didn't. I don't think it would have made a difference anyways. But I honestly, she was fine, so I don't know. It sucks because her and the bunny were friends. And now he's kind of just being a bunny. I'm going to try to get him and Starlight to be friends, but I don't know how that's going to work because she wants to eat him. It is, because I was like, oh, miracle, she survived. And then I went in there and she was dying. And like, I held her long enough to die. Like, that's how. And the REM pod started going. I think they were trying to tell me because it started going crazy. And I didn't think anything of it because it goes crazy sometimes every night. But it started at a specific time. And so I think it was trying to tell me, you know. But yeah, she had been poisoned with when I lost the first rabbit, when I lost Sage. She was poisoned right along with them. She survived by a miracle, grace of God. She was doing great, and then that was it. I went in there, and I held her long enough for that. It was really bad. So I don't wish that on anybody. You know, I'm glad she wasn't alone, but at the same time, that was tough on me. So I'm trying to change that room up. And we were working on things with her and the other cats. It fucking sucks. Yeah, well, that's a Jack Russell. Jack Russells have a really high prey drive. You know, Starlight's a cat. Like, Roscoe's fine with it. As soon as Roscoe goes in there, Rabbit runs right up to him. The rabbit loves cats. But he wants to go eat the hay. So no, she was about 10, so she wasn't exactly young. She was actually Eli's cat. She was a tuxedo. The Sphinx is she's the one I'm struggling with now because Hope and her got into it when she turned a year old, you know, as I told you, like, and that's why I'm trying to make the room for her, because right now she's kind of like in the bathroom with the gate up so she can still see everybody and everything, and then I bring her out. I've been sleeping on the couch so she can come out by herself. But I'm wanting to fix the room for her, make it cat, and put a gate too, and then bring cats in to like eat with her so she can get reacquainted one by one. Easy cats first, Hope last. Hope's the only one, but shit's really bad because she'll like run and attack her. I don't know why. I don't know if she doesn't think she's a cat. If she thinks she's also smaller. She's the smallest cat I have. She's like super tiny. She didn't really grow much. So I think, and she doesn't speak cat. Like, she was raised with dogs, I guess. She doesn't speak cat. So she will like run after them and try to smack them. So, you know what I mean? She needs to learn how to speak cat. But so we have to kind of start all over. But I need a space to do it in, and so I have to go. I'm trying to paint it and finish the flooring before I do anything, because I don't want to just have to move everything out and move it back in. You know what I mean? But I haven't had the time to do it. I'm trying to do it before it gets hotter. I'm trying to do it like in the next couple weeks, but I don't know. I'm having to work so much that I just don't know when it's going to get done. I was going to go in there because I painted 2 walls so far, and I'm like trying to paint a wall, you know, as I can. I was going to go in there and paint today, and I was like, I'm too tired. I can't do it. I have to do it live. Can't do it. And then Neptune, I don't know if you guys know, he broke his beak like 2 years ago. It just popped up on the thing as a memory. So I guess it's been like 2 years. And I don't know what he did, but he broke his beak. So I take him in every 5 months to have his beak trimmed, or 5 weeks to have his beak trimmed, because they said there's no point to put him through a surgery to fix this. The surgery would probably be too hard on him because he's a bird. and they'd have to like wire the beak. It was going to be thousands of dollars. And I was like, they said, he talked to some specialists and they said, just leave it as it is and just trim it. But he started having like seizures. Well, he had like a couple of those episodes. I have him, and I have like this thing that I take him to my mom's in, because I take him to my mom's when I go. And it's got holes in the top. It's basically what he was hand fed in. And so it's like a tub, and it has holes in the top, and it's got all of his like toys and stuff in there. And so when I would take him out and not cover it, he was having episodes that would remind him of a seizure. So I started covering it, and he was okay. But he had one in the cage. So I was like, holy crap, he's having seizures. Didn't even think a bird could have seizure. And I'm like, the only reason he could be having a seizure is because his broken beak. Because, I mean, it goes sideways, and that's why it gets trimmed so that he can eat and stuff. Which is getting kind of long now, because they didn't want to do it because of his seizures. So he takes seizure meds now every 12 hours. And he's one of the loves of my life. He's like the best bird ever. My other vet loves him to death. They share a birthday. And I love this bird to death. Like, this bird will sit on my shoulder as I drive. He'll hang out with me the entire time at my mom's. He really doesn't fly anywhere. He's just with me all the time when I have him out. He's like my little soulmate bird. He's the sweetest thing. And my vet is like he's a very different conure than usually how conures are. So I got an email saying I had to do blood work to make sure it was nothing else, which everything came back okay except for his white blood cells are elevated. So he says he doesn't know if it's coming from the brain or the beak or what. But he's on basically epilepsy meds that don't mess. I guess they're the good meds that don't really mess with the liver or anything, because I probably wasn't sure if I would do it if it did. And so now he might want to add an anti-inflammatory. I don't really understand what that means. I don't know why the white blood cells would be elevated for inflammation. He says it's not a bacterial infection, so that's kind of confusing. So I'm wondering if they should have just done the stupid surgery now. I don't know. So, but he's doing good since the medication. Actually, when I went to my mom's for Easter, I had him with me, and he'd been on his medication like a day. And he was like a kind of a different bird. He had more energy. He was giving my mom and my aunt attention, and he hadn't done that in a while. So I think it made him feel better. I don't know. But so that's what I'm dealing with now. I had to put that on credit, so that's another thing. But that's that's why I'm always working, is to take care of these bird kids that I have. Hoping one day I'll be rich. But no, so that's the stressful thing with him. So now I don't. I hope he'll be okay. He seems to be okay. No episodes since he's been on his meds. So knock on wood. So yeah, that's my stories, and that was another reason. Tracy keeps saying because I lost the cat is why I was so tired. And I mean, yeah, I grieved for a few days, but I just think I was energetically done. People don't understand how much crime takes out of you when you do this work, because you're working on the lower vibration. Everybody's still there, and everybody go to sleep. They are. I don't know. I think that I have a harder time with losing my pets than I do people for some reason. Maybe because they're here all the time. I just lost Ginger last May. I had her for 20 years. Miss her every day. Cry about her every day. That's been the hardest loss for me. Then I lost the rabbit in October, and then Panda in March. And then now this thing with Neptune. So, I mean, it's going to obviously have to happen a lot more from all the animals I have. But yeah. Eli's dog is 14. And her hip, I can notice like she's having a hard time going down the stairs outside. I'm going to have to figure out a ramp or something for her. I think her hips are getting bad. But she's 14, and she's like a medium dog. Medium or large, I don't know. I don't know what you consider her. Large? Not really large. I'd say she's medium, because when I think of large, I think of Casper. Or even Zook. Myshevsky. But yeah, she's looking old, her face is all turning white. So that's gonna be a tough one. That one's gonna be tough because she's been a really good dog. She's my son's child, my son's childhood dog. He's had her since he was 7. So thankful she's been really healthy. She's just slowing down. That's all. I just noticed she's having a hard time going up and down the stairs. But she's almost 14 and a half, so yeah, it's tough when you have them that long because, like, I had her as my son is 21 and I had her for 20. So I had her as long as my son. And how I got her is she used to follow me around the farm when I used to work as administrative assistant in the farm when I used to live in California. And she started following me around and, like, just randomly when I'd go out to go feed the horses and stuff when they were having me watch the horses. And she would just follow me around everywhere. So I asked the people, I said, hey, do you want to, like, sell her? I'll buy her from you. And they're like, no, I think we're going to keep her. And I was like, okay. And the next day they come and bring her to me. They're like, here, you could just have her because she wouldn't stay home. My mom had a fit when I brought her home because I already had one dog. I had a Shih Tzu. That was the best dog, another best dog. Him and Ginger were like, they weren't even problem children. They were just really good dogs. And I had him for 15 years. But yeah, my mom had a heart attack and then she ended up loving her, of course. They were easy though. No, Michelle, I don't have another reading tomorrow. I just have yours. You seen the schedule. I'm just saying that's when 40s are available, usually as Fridays if there's not, time taken off there. The longer readings are Wednesdays and Fridays, and the minis are the other days. That's all. But you can still book a mini on those days. No, you're the only one. But yeah, but anybody that didn't make the live, I'm still doing the 2 questions for 25 till tomorrow. I think I'm gonna have to go to TikTok. Or get up early and do it because I gotta feed the pets tomorrow. That's one reason I was like, I have to do it tonight. And that's why, lives are hard for me too because I'm spending 5 hours of my time and I can't pay bills. So that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to look for something else, and I hope they approve me for. I don't even care, DoorDash at this point or whatever. I was thinking about. Good night, Dawn. I was thinking about driving all the way to Tombstone, which is an hour, just to do a serving job, but I don't know if my back can handle it. My back's been really bad. Probably because I'm sleeping on the couch. But once I get the room fixed, I won't have to sleep on the couch every night. But if I did that, I wouldn't be doing this at all for a while. And I don't want to have to do that. But I've been thinking about it. But that's a long drive, an hour there and an hour back. I don't know if I can deal with that. I was just thinking tips. I just don't know if my back can deal right now. I don't know. My back's been really bad. So that's another thing I've been doing with. So it's been hard for me to physically do things. Because I had those surgeries done, and now I feel like I'm back to where I started at. I don't know. Messenger, what do you mean? Thanks for hanging out, Dawn. Does anybody want to hear the song? Can't believe the REM bot hasn't died yet. I think I fixed it so you can. For what, though? You could just do the norm. For what, though? Only if you guys want to. I just wanted to share with you kind of the. I mean, I don't know if it'll help because I've been doing the otter spirit. I kind of quit doing them because I don't know if I'm supposed to still be doing them. The otter spirit ones, otter spirit bracelets. The special, yeah, but you could just pay the normal way and send me the questions through Messenger. What the heck? I thought it was still on there. Where'd it go? Hold on, what is this? Should be this one. It's not showing that. Flip me. I don't like being on this side. How come I'm on that side? Flip me around. That's weird. I don't know why I'm on the wrong side. Okay, I'll just stay behind the chat then. I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah, so these are the songs based on birth chart. You can also find the link for this, like if you're interested in it, you can find the link for this in my Linktree. But you just put Rochelle Lapham. It's in the description box, but Rochelle Lapham, just my full name in caps for 10% off if you decided to try it. You guys hear it? You hear it or no?
You speak in frequencies others can't quite hear, a voice that carries visions of tomorrow's sky. They see the calm facade you wear with quiet pride, but miss the lightning storms that flash behind your eyes. You've learned to love with caution, walls built stone by stone. from disappointments carved too deep to show. But underneath the careful way you hold your heart lives a fire that burns for something more. Rachel, you're more than they can see, a constellation of complexity. You balance light and shadow with such grace. Every scar became a sacred space. Rachel, you don't need to prove your worth. You've been enough since the day of your birth. You feel too much in a world that feels too little. Your emotions run like rivers, deep and wide. When others see your hesitation, call it weakness. They don't know the strength it takes to choose what's right. You've carried burdens that weren't yours to bear, made yourself small so others could feel tall. But there's a rebel spirit underneath your peace that's ready to transform it all. Rachel, you're more than they can see, a constellation of complexity. You balance light and shadow with such grace. Every scar became a sacred space. Rachel, you don't need to prove your worth. You've been enough since the day of your...
I'll pause it to answer your question. So this is the Astro song. It's built off of my birth chart. So the link is in the Linktree. Like I said, if you enter my name, you get 10% off. I'm just doing affiliate for it now, but they offered this to me to do the affiliate. So it's it's off your birth chart. They make you a song. It's pretty cool.
Your love runs deeper than the surface world can hold. You give your heart like it's a sacred offering. The universe conspired to make you this profound.
I'm complex.
You're not too much, you're exactly everything. The cosmos wrote your story in the ancient stars, a soul designed to heal what's been undone. Your tender heart's not fragile, it's your superpower. Your journey's just begun. Rachel, you're more than they can see, a constellation of complexity. You balance light and shadow with such grace. Every scar became a sacred space. Rachel, you don't need to prove your worth. You've been enough since the day of your birth. Trust the voice that whispers in the quiet hours. Trust the way you love without condition. The world needs what you carry in your bones. Your depth, your truth, your vision.
You don't want me singing.
You are guided, you are held. You are in the space between your heart and soul. Stars knew what they were doing when they made you whole.
I just forgot how to take this off. Let's see. Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't sing. Haha. No, but that's based off my. I thought it was interesting how it said light and shadow because I always tell you guys I kind of straddle both with work and crime. So I thought that was interesting because it's off of my it's off my birth chart. So but I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I cried when I first listened to it. So I had to record myself listening to it for some reason, but yeah, I think it is. You can choose I think that's a 3-verse one. There's one that's like I think 2 verses and then a longer one. But they basically take your chart and they make a song out of it. And you can choose like if you want them to use a specific voice or whatever. I don't remember what I chose on that. I'm getting a freaking headache. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to come back on here or go to TikTok tomorrow before I've gotta deal with the air conditioning thing before they take my settle. They worried they're gonna drop my amount. I've worked hard to get as much credit as I did so that I could take care of Neptune. Thank God I had that because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do it. So I was so thankful for that. So I was like trying to save it for like vet emergencies and stuff. Like you still have to pay the first payment, but the rest you can use like a virtual card. It's pretty cool. So I don't have credit cards. So thank you. Yeah. So if you're interested in that, there is a link in the Linktree and you can get 10% off with my name. What do you need in Derek? Yeah, in whole sign, I have like a whole stellium in my 8th house, which is about death. So, wait, what? I'm trying to understand your question. So I can't predict like when somebody's gonna break up. People have to understand that your relationship is free will. When soul contract is over, it's over. Well, the different solution would be just to distance. Because you can't control what someone's path is with somebody else, if that makes sense. People have free will to be with who they're gonna be with, and until that soul contract is over, till the lessons are over, it's gonna keep going. So you have to have boundaries with yourself. If you don't like the way that she's treating, then you make boundaries. You set rules. You distance if you can. But 2027 highlights as either maybe not together by then, having problems by them. I don't really know. why they give me 2027, but it's like the beginning of 2027, so that's something to hang on to. Until then, or until something shifts or changes, this is a lesson with you as well. This is a lesson about boundaries and about, rules and things like that. So that's what your solution is there has to be things put into place, because if this is your child, you have control over how somebody treats them. If somebody's not treating them right, then they don't get to be around them, or there has to be rules, or you only do visitations when, or you make sure that they're not hurting your child. That's part of protecting as a parent. So that's the only solution, because you can't really you can't control how long somebody's going to be with someone. But I keep getting 2027 for some reason. Yeah, so, those are your soul contracts with these people, and I think a lot of these, like, it doesn't matter what kind of relationship you have with somebody, there's lessons in it. And sometimes the lessons are, putting your foot down about how things should be, right? But 2027, there's some sort of change that comes in, but it's like January, like the beginning of 2027. That's the month that they give me. Yes. Well, if you see flags, then you have to do what you need to do to protect. Do you know what I mean? So therefore, you got to put up the boundaries and the rules and make things, make sure that things are going that way, because your job to protect, right? So if you don't feel right about it, you always have to be careful who your kids are around these days. And so, unfortunately, I hate that that's the way that it is, but you never can trust anybody. So yes, strong boundaries. Be firm when you're making these rules and boundaries, but I don't think it's gonna last. Or at least there's a shift or change in 2027. The beginning, they keep highlighting January 2027. So it could be by that now timeline shift. Relationships are free will, but that's the timeline that they give me for something. And maybe have a conversation with the significant other too about how you feel. I feel like if you go and you set them down and be like, "Hey, I'm seeing flags here. I don't like the way that this person is treating it. Can we have a conversation? Can you have a conversation with her?" Like, you also need to put boundaries with the other parent as well. If that makes sense. So, boundaries and rules all around. Exactly. Well, you should be. That's how parents are. Parents are protective of their kids. So it's good to be hyper vigilant, right? But being hyper vigilant is also, putting those things into place. I just feel like there needs to be some kind of like group talk or group chat or group meeting or something like that. Your feelings need to be heard. And I think you also need to talk it over with the other parent. You know what I mean? Like, have a conversation and be like, "Hey, this is how I feel. This is what I'm seeing. Can we address this?" Maybe not have her around when the baby's around. Whatever agreement you guys come to. You know what I mean? I don't know about a cop. She seems a little more sensitive than that. I feel like really creative. Um, I'm leading to more of a creative, maybe even veterinarian kind of. She has that kind of like creative energy. It doesn't mean she won't be tough, because I feel like she'll be able to protect herself. Just get her in like to some jujitsu or something early on in her life. I don't know if you've seen that little girl that they have. I don't know if she's in wrestling or kickboxing or something like that. She kicks everybody's butt, dude. And she's some little girl. I seen her on TikTok. I was just like, every little girl needs to know how to fight like that. And then I've seen dogs that protect the kids. I'm like, every kid needs a dog to protect them. So they need both these days. It's horrible that humanity can't learn their lessons. That it has to be like that, though. But I feel like she's going to be a little sensitive. She's going to be a little sensitive, creative. There might be a little bit of tomboyish. Like she might like sports and dance and things like that. Like she might want to be pretty active. I think putting her into something like jujitsu or karate or something like that wouldn't hurt. I need like 5 minutes, guys. Right back. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I actually got jujitsu, and I'm thinking, I don't know why, because that's what my son got into for a little bit. But yeah, it wouldn't hurt. I was getting reference to that little girl that I'm pretty sure that's what she does. She kicks ass, though. You should look for her. Can't remember what her name is, but I'm pretty sure she'd be easy to find. That's what I'm saying. So you have a conversation with the other parent, right? And then you guys work as a team to fix the situation. I mean, it's not weird that I'm mentioning that. I mean, I'm psychic. So exactly. Thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate you. I don't know. I feel like I feel like my surgery's failing. That's how. But I could because I'm sleeping on the damn couch because I always fall asleep on the couch and then I get up and feed and then I have to let Starlight out. So I'm pretty sure it's probably the couch, but it's been jacked for like a month now. Oh yeah, no, she kicks butt. I can't remember if that's what she does. I'm pretty sure it is, but I could be like MMA style actually. I don't know. But she's some little girl, and man, like her dad works with her, and like so that would be cool for like, you know, when she gets old enough for her and her uncle or whatever. But yeah, just have the conversation. Have the conversation with them, and you know, you guys set boundaries and rules, and maybe he could have a conversation. And communication is very important in any types of family relationships, right? Yeah. Well, mine's because Hope decides she wants to be mean to my cat, and I have to let the cat out by herself for a while, get her confidence up and stuff. It won't be every night once I get the room fixed, but for now, until I can start getting have the room to get them reacquainted, then that's what it is, unfortunately. Plus, I fall asleep like watching TV, and then I don't wake up till 5, and I'm just like, what the hell happened? So I'm like too tired to get around, so then I lay down and then I pass out and I wake up, and every time I wake up like that, I'm like, God damn it, I did it again. I don't mean to, it just happens because this work just takes it out of me sometimes. I pass out. I don't know. Yes, you are. That's what I'm saying, communication is important. So just have that talk. I think that will be helpful. You never know, she might shift and change her behavior a little bit, right? But there's some kind of change in 2027, right? Yep, soul contracts. But there is something like I keep getting like the beginning of 2027. I just don't know what it is. I just give you guys that, and then you wait to see what happens, because you know. But yeah, it's important to talk about things like uh maybe you can have a conversation, you know. But if she's not a mom yet, right? She will change once she becomes a mom. You said she was pregnant and they have a baby due, or did I misunderstand that? The REM pod's starting to slow down. They must be finally tired after 14 hours. I'm getting a headache, guys. My head feels tired. I don't know. I'm not going to make it. Yeah. I've been trying to finish my floor and finish my house for a year now. I just don't have time. Okay, well, as the baby gets older, hopefully she'll change. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. It makes me wonder. What are we? April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. Is she not already pregnant? January would be 9 months. I mean, I don't know. Or she gets pregnant around that time. I don't know. But yeah, no. And that could change her. And the more she gets into being a mom, it should help with that. But some people have weird personalities. Where is this at? Oh, North Carolina. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know why I'm getting January 2027. It's interesting because I was like, I got pregnant in April and I had Eli January 6th. So who knows, right? I was looking at this dog training class, and they help, but they're in North Carolina. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that might shift her as the babies get older or whatever. People do kind of change once they become moms, so just give it time. But the communication is important. So that's good. That's good that she's already changing a lot, a little bit, and she'll continue to, you know. I think, the longer you're a mom, the more you understand. Oh no, you're okay. No one's getting anything, anyways. I felt exhausted coming on here. I feel exhausted now. I might have to cut it off and come back live tomorrow or something. I might have to. I don't know. Try not to worry about it. Ah, yeah. Yep, I ended up with a Capricorn child. He is a good kid, though. I was worried there for a little bit when he was going through teenager stuff or even younger, and he had his ADHD. Like, I didn't think we were going to make it out alive, but he turned out to be a good kid. I'm lucky. He's got a good heart and he's smart. And, so I just hope he does what he wants to do. I don't want him struggling like I do. So I hope he gets into the forestry one day. But that aligns with this chart. So hopefully he'll do it. But yeah. But I hope that resonated. Yeah, just communicate, But also, like I said, give time, because I think with time she might change a little bit, because if she's a new mom and everything, because that's that's not very long to be a mom, right? He is kind of stubborn, but he's not too bad. And I used to always say that because he's got a Scorpio moon and an Aries rising. Like, I always thought his chart is like, ooh, but he's actually very, very balanced for what, for that. He does have a bad temper. That's the Aries, and he does feel deeply with the Scorpio moon. But yeah, he's very dedicated, and when he loves hard. So when he gets in relationships, he falls fast and falls hard, and so see, I keep trying to tell him, but see, he had some health issues, so he was trying to get healthy first. um he's not a felon though. He's a good boy. So but he got in a car accident. He got in 2 car accidents, and the one he was T-boned. And so I think they're wanting him to do like MRIs and stuff, even though he's fine. It's like soft tissue, but I think he's trying to get feeling better. He was dealing with the stomach issue and stuff. So I was worried that because he was in the room when I didn't know the air conditioner was leaking, that maybe that was part of it. I hope not. But I told him to check that out. But he was waiting until he was getting like feeling better or healthier, and I think where he moved, like, he can go easier. He can get there, but now he doesn't have a car because they made him get rid of his car because the door didn't open. So now he's got to wait for a settlement or something. Yeah, he's a good kid though. Like, it took him to be an adult to like not me for me not want. Well, like I said, he's got a bad temper too. We both have bad temper, so that was a bad clashing. We both have bad tempers, but you wouldn't think so, but you wouldn't think I do. But I can. And I can pop off. I can be very snarky when I get irritated, or especially when people try to like tell me how to do my work or what to do. I get very snarky. I don't mean to, but yeah, that's what I was trying to tell him. He's in California. I mean, he wouldn't have a problem doing that. I think he was trying to do like, I don't know if he was trying to do wildland firefighter, and he was trying to work like in the forest. I know they're cutting a lot of jobs though, but he was wanting to work in like the forestry part of it. Because he's, Capricorn, they like nature. He wanted to like work like as a forestry person, but I don't know if he wants. I don't know what he was wanting to do, but he was saying that he had to get, feeling better and get healthier first, and then he's supposed to start a new job or something, new place that's opening, and then he said when he feels better he's gonna apply. So hopefully he feels better soon. I don't know if it's from the accident or something else. So all of his tests come out fine. I told him it's probably from the accident. And there was something else I told him he had, and he ended up having it. And so they treated that. He just got a tattoo for me. He got a sun, and I'm supposed to get the moon. That's like our matching. We're supposed to get matching tattoos one day. So only his sun reminds me of Supernatural. REM pod quieted. Yeah, I hope he does. I hope he gets into it. Like, he was trying to. I told him to apply, but also Cal Jobs was offering training and everything for it. And he's young enough for that. So, I mean, hopefully he gets it in order. I don't want him to work in a sandwich shop and struggle and stuff. Like I said, I don't want him to struggle like I have. So, I mean, I'm doing my calling, but definitely it's I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know. He's having stomach issues. He was having stomach issues, and like I said, he was hurting, but I think his hurting was from the car accident. So he was supposed to get an MRI, and then I guess he got his tattoo and forgot he couldn't get, or learned that he couldn't get a MRI after that. So yeah, but get it like sun, like SON, sun and moon. The moms are literally the moon is feminine, sun is masculine, and then the moon is also motherly. So that's why we chose that one. He didn't get exactly the one I thought he was gonna get. I told me he needed to add mom under there or something, because I was thinking about getting the moon cradling the sun instead. I don't know if I ever get. I don't. So I don't know much about Sagittarius. I just know Kai's a Sagittarius and he's wild. My dog. That's the only real Sagittarius I don't know. Tracy's daughter's a Sagittarius, but I don't know her personally. So my dog he's the life of the party, and he's a Sagittarius. That's all I know about them. I know that they like to be adventurous and travel and things like that, supposedly. Aquarius moon. So Tracy's an Aquarius moon. That's just her emotions are like an Aquarius. So she may be detached at times. Maybe one day consider. So I still do like the I have a whole thing I can offer astrologically for a child. I have like a whole thing that I did for a couple other people as they were wanting their kids done. So that was nice. Maybe consider one day getting her an astrology song. I think he would. I think he would do really well. You know, he's a strong boy. So I'm hoping he gets to feeling better and stuff and starts doing it. I had a lot of I had some friends from high school that were actually in hot shots and stuff. They started when they were in high school because we had like a high school thing. I would like fire science. I wish he would have had that at his school, but a lot of the guys went from fire science into like forced into the wildland firefighters and hot shots. And I've known a few of them that made great careers out of it. Like they ended up having, their own house and all this stuff like within not long at all, right? So they all did really well. I only know 2 of them that like just did regular fire crews, and then I knew one that did the hot shot crew. So, I know if my dad was a firefighter for, well, he was a fire investigator. He's a fire investigator for, till he retired. He looks a lot like my son, or my son looks a lot like him, I should say. They have like, I was trying to figure out same nose, same this, everything. I never realized he looked so much like my dad when he was younger. I got dishes too. They're sitting in the sink. You're welcome. So yeah, it kind of runs in the family if he decides to go that direction. My dad's an Aquarius, and he was into the firefighting his whole life. Firefighting and astrology. And Chinese astrology. So that's kind of where I get it from. But hopefully he made like a whole career out of it, but his was investigating fires. His wasn't fighting them. So he would investigate fires, he would investigate fires that were set or how they started, etc. And he did it for, I guess till he retired, So, he could look at something and tell you how a fire started. So, it's interesting. They do look very similar. I did not realize it until I put side by side, and I was like, oh my, like a younger picture of my dad, like in his 20s, and him. I was like, oh my gosh, like they have the same this. Like, I couldn't believe how much they looked alike. I was like, that is wild. Like, I think he looks more like my dad than he does his own dad. It's wild. So we'll see. It's in his astrology to do that kind of work. I looked into that, like to see what his path was in his astrology, and it's definitely aligning with that. It also aligns with the paranormal. It aligns with my path. I've tried to get him to get into paranormal investigating because he loved it so much out here. He didn't want to because, his dad is very religious. But he has kind of a similar path to mine, a little bit. He's a little warrior soul, so if he finds it, he has to find that, that part of his path. So we went to Tombstone, and all the spirits were like answering his questions and ignoring us. They were making the balls go off for him. So it was almost like they knew him, which they probably did. He probably had a past life there, but it was pretty cool. They even said his name in the EVP. But there's a edited video on that in my paranormal videos. So yeah, that's interesting. Apparently, I have strong genes. I think he looks more like me and my dad than he does his own dad. So, all right, but my head is feeling tired. I've got a headache. I'm gonna have to get off here. I'm just gonna try not to stress about it. Deal with everything tomorrow. So, and I'm feeling kind of nauseous too. I think I did too much of the other work today because, like, I answered 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I did a lot of questions, and then the astrology took it out of me for some reason. I don't know. I feel kind of ungrounded. EVP or the REM pod finally stopped. I guess they got tired. 14 hours later. Yeah, he is, and that's what I'm saying. Like if you go watch the video, it's in the paranormal one. Like I edited it so it was more watchable. They were responding to him, specifically the girls, specifically girl spirits. But when I went back and listened, I was like, oh my gosh, they said his name in the EVP. But they were responding to his questions with the spirit ball that we had. So it was pretty cool. He loved the experience. It was good to see him kind of be excited about it and really enjoy himself, because he did, and we were talking about it for a while after that. So he really enjoyed it, and I loved it. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to do it together. So hopefully when he comes back out here again, we'll be able to do it again. Yeah, I know. I gotta. Well, if I ever get my room done, I'll be able to get back in my bed for a few days out of the week while I get her reacquainted, because we have to start over. I'm not giving up on her. I love that cat, so I gotta do the best I can to get her back reacquainted with everybody. So, all right, I'm gonna get off here, guys. I can't do anymore. I'll have to worry about the rest tomorrow. I'm trying not to stress about it. Just deal with it. So, all right, I appreciate you guys. I might have to go on TikTok tomorrow or something. I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah. Yep. It was all the girls. It was funny. You'll have to go watch it because it was really cool when you have time. It's in the paranormal playlist. If you go down to hold on, let me tell you what it's called. It's paranormal, but I don't remember what I named it. A freaking headache all of a sudden. Hang on. Paranormal videos. Let me tell you what it's called. It's a really good. I edited it out of the live. It's called Paranormal Investigation Pete Spence, and it's got like a picture of like a house on it, and then a young kid on the other side. It's supposed to be like Noah, because Noah came in. Noah Presgrove came in that EVP as well a couple times. So it ended up being really good. Here, I'll send you the link. There's the link. I edited it so it's more watchable. Yeah, it's cool. This one's only 10 minutes. I mean, there's a full live, but this was 10 minutes. It was the best part of the whole thing. So I kind of put the best part together and, put it on there. That was really cool. We always get a lot of activity. I see other paranormal, when they go places, they don't get a lot of activity, but for some reason we always get a lot. And I always get a lot of Pete Spence. They threw my EMF meter at me one time when I was walking by, because I had the ghost meter. Kind of thing sucks, and I didn't have it turned on, and they threw it because I didn't have it turned on. Yeah, so that one was kind of that. I always get a lot there. I like going there, but you have to pay to go to that one. But I like it because they do the investigation with you, so you're not completely by yourself. Like, they have their own equipment and everything, and you just go there and you can use their equipment. It's pretty cool. So I do want to go back and take my REM pod, though, because my REM pod's way expensive. Way sensitive. It actually wasn't that expensive. Way sensitive. Oh, I didn't do much, Holly. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Kat, I'm going to try to. I'm going to try not to stress out. You're right. I'm not feeling good all of a sudden. So, all right. Yeah, I actually love the new ones that I got. I just don't know how accurate they are. I do my best to get them, calibrated before every time I use them. So far, I haven't really seen them be very accurate, though. You just have to not have your own thoughts about it. So with Nancy, it's hard because I have my own thoughts. But I always seem to get the same answers with hers. But I love these ones. They're lighter. They move a lot easier. So there's not really a talent. You just have to have a clear mind when you do it. That's all. Yeah, I wish I could go back up there, but I unfortunately I can't afford to right now. So, I mean, I don't even know where to look because I think she's on private property. So that's my problem. I'll have that astrology video up soon for her like location description. She's somewhere really dark. So, all right, guys, I will